Welcome to the Perfect Care EHR Document Management Training Series. This is Part 3, Scanning Documents. We covered access and basic navigation in Part 1 and 2 of this video series. In Part 3, we will review adding documents to the system using scanning technology. First, access the desired account and locate the desired document tab into which the new documents are to be filed. Access and navigation to specific chart and tab were discussed in the previous lessons. It's important to note that you must first choose the desired tab into which you wish to introduce the documents. Here, we will choose to introduce the documents into the Other tab. Once in the multi-page view, on the desired tab, the system will display the multi-page toolbar. Here, the user will find the Scan Tool icon. Press the Scan tool to invoke the scanning dialog and controls. Before performing a scan operation, there are a series of scan properties which the operator should consider before scanning the document. These additional scan properties are located on the left side of the scan window. The first consideration is the scan color property. As a general rule, the best practice is to scan documents in black and white for best quality reproduction, such as faxing or printing, etc. The operator may choose color options for the document or photo depending on the subject matter. Black and white remaining the default, users should only be required to change this option when desired or when the desired result is a color reproduction. Scan resolution is another property the operator should consider. For best reproduction purposes, the 300 dpi is a good all-around compromise. Options is another property to provide additional support for duplex scanning and scanning both sides of the document in a single pass. Another option discards blank pages, which should any exist in the scan set of documents. Displaying Twain dialog should be left checked as a standard practice to help navigate the operator through the scan project. Choose the paper size matching the length and overall size of the document. Select the scanner property, and this will generally have only one option, which should be the connected scanner to the current system. If the two scanners are available on this particular system, the resulting drop-down list would supply a selection for both. For purposes of demo, we have two scanners, and in this particular demonstration, we will use the Twain 2 free image software scanner for demonstration purposes. The patient panel provides basic identification information to ensure the operator he or she is working on the correct patient. Once the property values for the scan project are set, locate the scan icon on the toolbar. Pressing the scan icon will invoke the scan process. Scan dialogs vary with different brand scan devices. Once the scan project is completed, the scan pages will show in the full page view on the right portion of the screen. Note the navigation tools on the toolbar are now highlighted or illuminated, indicating the presence of multiple scan pages. Use the navigation left and right arrows accordingly to navigate the scan pages. As a default, having just scanned several pages into the system, the last page will always be the current start position after the scan project is completed. So it's common that the operator may need to return to the first page in the document using the double arrow, which will return immediately to the first page in the document set. The paging status icons indicate which page the operator is currently viewing if the document scan contains more than one page. When more than one page is present, the scan pages are considered a collection or set of documents that remain in the active workspace, allowing the additional changes or corrections before final introduction into the patient chart. Now that the scan project has introduced pages to the workspace, additional tools are illuminated on the toolbar. Printing allows the users to send current pages to the printer for immediate reproduction. This option could be used to scan the documents and then simply make a copy of them without entering the documents as permanent record into the chart. Simply scan the document and then immediately print the document. Import allows an operator to mix and match the source content. Having already scanned pages into the system, the import function may be used to introduce document pages from a source file. The source file may, for instance, take the form of a PDF file or other file that has been sent via email or portal or on disk or any other form of media which the operator wishes to introduce to this document set. For purposes of simplicity, we will skip importing documents at this time and focus directly on scanning. Importing documents will be covered later in the video series. The scan option remains illuminated, and if pressed again, we'll add another set of pages to the current document set. In this example, we are scanning a one-page document. Pressing the scan repeatedly will simply run the scan process on the scanner again, adding whatever pages that have been introduced into the scan device. The Rescan tool is designed to clear and rescan a document. If the first scan was deemed a bad reproduction, simply reload the documents from the first attempt into the scanner device and repeat the scan using the Rescan option. The Insert tool may be used to introduce a new page or pages from a scan device at the page location indicated on the paging status window. Here, we use the navigation to return to page 2 of 3, now indicated in the paging status icon window. Then press the Insert. We have now inserted a new scan page into position page for page 3, adding to a total of 4 pages for this scan project. Users may choose to use the PDF export tool to immediately export scanned pages to a PDF file. Simply click the PDF export, which will invoke a dialog requesting the user to supply a destination for the file to be written. It's important to note that if the current scan set contains numerous pages, the time needed to actually create the PDF and render the export to disk may vary. Particularly large numbers of pages may take up to several minutes to actually export. The flip tool is frequently used when pages introduced to the scan device are in the wrong orientation. If a scan of a document is upside down, requiring a 180-degree rotation, simply use the flip tool to fix the pages before final introduction to the chart. Here, we'll use the flip tool to invert the document, and again, to write the document to proper orientation. The Erase tool may be used to erase individual pages from the scan document set. Simply navigate to the desired page and press the Erase tool icon to remove the page from the collection set. Pressing Erase here will take us from 4 pages down to 3 and finally down to 2. The back icon is used when the operator wishes to exit the scan dialog and return to the multi-page thumbnail view. Important to note that if the scan pages are present when the back option is invoked, the system will warn the operator that the pages have not been saved to the chart, prompting the operator to decide whether to leave the page and discard the scan pages or remain on the page and complete work on the scan set. In this example, we will return and stay on the page to continue our work. Finally, with the scan set of documents finalized, the documents may be introduced to the patient chart using the Save icon. The final step will save the collection of pages to the patient chart. The operator will then need to press the back icon to return to the multi-page thumbnail view. Here we see the new Twain test images we just added to the patient chart. We will cover further advanced features and additional functions further in the learning series. This concludes Part 3, Scanning Documents.